Happy Easter 2022, nail nerds. Welcome back to the channel. Look at my pretty new stand that I got. I think it looks pretty cool. Today we are going to be creating these, inspired by Miss Jo's Nail Co, but with my take on it. Giving the background the finger because I can't be bothered changing it. It's all gungy and gross, but hey, that's me. Today, nail nerds, we are going to start with a very easy ombre. And it's easy for two reasons. Because it's just rough, it's going to be a background for some flowers. Don't mind the polish that I've got all over my fingers. So I'm just going to take a detail brush and give it a bit of a whack around the middle. The fluoro yellow and the fluoro green go together really well. They're easy colors to ombre, so don't get too wound up about it. Go all the way up, all the way down, give it a bit of a smush, chuck it in the lamp. Easy peasy. Now all I'm doing is some little flowers. So with the dotting tool, my favorite friend, the dotting tool, putting a dot on, dragging it, putting a dot on, dragging it, putting a dot on, dragging it. There's no real exceptionally advanced technique to doing this. You can flash cure each flower in between if you're not happy that you can do the whole lot without kind of smudging it. I do that sometimes when I've really got the shakes and shit's going bad, but this time I just smashed on the white. If you've got a creamy white that doesn't run, you'll be okay while you faff around. I do a lot of faffing. It's been cured, and using a really pretty glitter pink, I'm just popping some centers in the flowers. Sometimes I would use the same yellow as the background, but I reckon the pink looks pretty cool. Just changing it up for Easter. You can wear it as an accent or do it on every nail, that one. It's quite good. Moving on. The purple we have here is nice and dark, not really fluoro. Can you get a fluoro purple? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But this is the purple that I chose to go with. 2 coats of this and give them a good cure. These Macart polishes cure for 1 minute. So you can do half cure for, 15 to 30 seconds if you're flash curing. So here I'm taking a glitter color and just making a little square down the bottom. I'm going to do like a flower picture. Now from this angle, it looks like it's on the piss, but on the actual nail, it's quite straight. So the, pardon me, the angle that I'm filming from kind of points down and back towards me. That's why it looks a little off, but they are straight, or straight enough in reality. And now I'm just taking some white and I am putting a border around these two, kind of like a patchwork quilt. In the set that I took inspiration from, Miss Jo puts some dots around and makes it look like a postage stamp, whereas I've just gone with plain lines and the little flat. Oh yes, there's my little friend, fucking fly, Straya. We get them, and every time. Side note, every time I go to do something that's really intricate, or, you know, if I slip it's all fucked up. A mosquito is flying in my face, so I'm like with my mouth blowing at it, trying to flick it out of the way so that I can concentrate, and it is the worst thing in the world. Getting back to some, well, it's not the worst thing in the world, you know, there's other things, but while you're trying to do delicate work, it's not that helpful. So after the dotting tool and making kind of uneven circles, I'm taking a detail brush and just popping a little V in the center and 2 lines around the outside. Make it look like a rose. I'm taking the minty green and drawing a little V off the side just to make them look like they've got a little bit of leaf coming off the side, make it look a bit more interesting. Not sure how I feel about this one. I wouldn't wear it. I added dots because it needed some balance, so yeah, showing a dotting tool to do dots. Dot, 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 dot. Yeah, I like it, but I wouldn't wear it because I'm not a flower person, but it matches in with the set, so lovely jobblies. Moving on, the pink that you see here is quite sheer, so I think I ended up doing 3 coats of that, and by the look of that picture, it looks like 3 coats. I'm taking a long liner and just off the center I'm drawing a long line down the off center of the nail using a medium liner or a detailer. I'm going to do lines across the nail, and for once I'm actually doing them across, so I'm not turning it around to do them up to down, because I prefer to work up to down, not across like this, but I'm trying to be good for the filming and do it so that you guys can see. There's no real special technique to get the lines right, just kind of load your brush up and be as parallel to the nail as you can. See my hand, and when I'm dragging the brush across, it's parallel to that line, so that helps a lot. Here I'm just taking a dotting tool and popping some dots on to make it a bit more Easter egg looking, and I think that's pretty cool. Nice fluoro. I think it looks like a barrel, actually. I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, moving on. I have no idea what I do to this now, so you go. Oh, okay, now I remember. Nice blue background, removed the sticky layer, and I'm just doing some strokes down at the bottom with the liner. 2 different greens just to give it sort of a foreground and a background. Taking a dotting tool and pretty much in one go, starting at the bottom and randomly going to the top to make it look like a triangle, basically. Switching colors and going up, kind of going for like maybe a lavender-y kind of flower look. I didn't film it, but I added to the foreground just to make it look like it had a bit of depth. And I actually like this. I think it turned out pretty cool. If I was going to wear flowers, this is so easy to do and it's pretty effective too. So tell me what you think. I quite like it. Righto, here we go. We're into it. We're into El Rabito. Now we are using the most fluoro pink I could find in the gel polish arsenal. Again, removing the sticky layers so that we can paint somewhat successfully onto the fluoro background. I do 2 coats of that white simply because that fluoro color was still shining through. I did a little reference line which was to the left of center, and now I'm taking the white and making it quite fat and ear shaped. Fatter at the top, skinnier at the bottom. This one I wanted to do the bendy ear. I didn't want two sort of straight ears. Wanted a little more interesting. And then just blending that colour at the bottom so that it doesn't look blobby and streaky. And then, as I do, faffaholic I am, but I think it worked. I think the faffing paid off to make the bunny ears just that little bit more rounded. And yeah, what can you do? Taking that sparkly pink, I'm doing the insides of his ears. So just starting inside the border, giving it a bit of room at the top, and dragging down, stopping before you get into the circle, which is his face. You don't want to blur those. To do the Flopsy ear, you just want to go halfway, little line back down. Don't touch his head because that makes the ears look like it's in front of the head. If you go all the way down into the head, it makes the ears look like they're in front, and it looks kind of funny, as I'm pointing out there. Taking my mate dotting tool and giving him some eyeballs. I'm using brown here. I know it looks black because the brown is quite dark, but it is brown, not black, and it makes a difference in real life. I gave him a little pink nose that I didn't film because I'm the best content creator in the history of the universe. Taking the same brown as the eyeballs and giving him a little cheeky smile. I chose not to give the rabbit buck teeth because I don't like it, and I didn't think it needed it. But I do go on to faff quite a bit with giving him little cheeks and things like that, as I think we see now. To give him a soul, I'm just putting some white dots inside the brown to give him a soul, because the black eyes kind of looked a bit weird and were freaking me out a bit. Now that I'm calling him a he, I'm turning it into a she, giving some little eyelashes. As all girls in the world know, it's so difficult to get eyelashes to look the same either side, but that's not too bad a job if I do say so myself. So on both sides I just gave him little rosy cheeks, and again popping some blue into the eyeballs to complete her soul, so she looks like she's got a cute little face. And that's it. Dotting tool, couple of lines, and you've got a rabbit. That is the simplest little rabbit that you could ever hope to create. I hope you like him. He's cute. Her. I keep calling him a him. Thank you everybody for watching. This is nice and quick, easy Easter set. Let me know in the comments what you think. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It would be good to have more than just my husband watching these videos. The poor darling. Happy Easter everybody. Don't eat too much chocolate. See you in the next video. Cadence out.